Hey there, it's Miss M696, and today I wanted to do a vlog on a very important subject, and one which I think should be talked about more in society, which really is kind of swept under the rug a little bit, because it's a very difficult and sometimes overwhelming subject. I personally find it quite interesting, but Louis, can you stop rolling over? Stop wagging your tail. So yeah, today what we're talking about is suicide. And I personally think it's an extremely difficult topic to talk about because I don't even feel 100% comfortable talking about it, if I'm 110% honest. I think it's, yeah, it's really something that I try not to think about too much, because it brings up some pretty big questions, such as what is the meaning of life? Does it really matter if I go now? And so on and so forth. So I really don't know where to start because there's so many questions and things I can point out here. I think, firstly, that the subject should be a lot more, I guess, open for conversation. It's kind of like what homosexuality was about maybe 20, 30 years ago, which is don't ask, don't tell. You know, it's not part of the conversation topics. Firstly, I think it should be talking about more openly. I think there needs to be a way to make it more comfortable within society. And accepted for what it is, not encouraged, I mean, it's hard to agree with it. You know, I don't think it should be agreed with. But we have to understand why it happened and how we can prevent it from happening, and that, yeah, I guess too, if you've ever had a close family friend, or, you know, anyone really who's reasonably close to you commit suicide, it's really hard. It's a lot harder it's a lot harder to accept, I guess, than if it was just some random musician in the media, because it's a real, I guess I tend to generally think of it, and it's kind of portrayed as a real horrible way to die, and unfortunate, and I guess a waste, some people say it is. I mean, I'm seriously struggling with this subject. I think suicide is an option for everyone, but it's not one that's encouraged. And we can't say if it's right or if it's wrong because we don't know what's after death. And we don't know what's before life. So how can we make a judgment if it's good or not to leave where we are? That's why I'm so torn when it comes to this. I mean, when people have suicidal thoughts, it is such an overwhelming, emotionally experience that it hinders what you physically can do. So you can't get out of bed in the mornings, etc., etc. So it's depression at its worst. And if depression's left for long enough, it's usually as a result, unfortunately. It's a horrible thing. I mean, it's just so emotionally overwhelming. And I would always advise, getting your friends help, or your family, or yourself if you feel down. Tell somebody. I told my sister when I was going through a rough patch, we then sat down with my mum and so on and so forth, and without the counselling, etc., which I received, I wouldn't have been able to go through it. And I'm really thankful that everything turned out okay and that I did get it. You know, there's a lot of people out there who can help, and it's really worth getting it because it makes a really big difference, believe it or not. Sorry for the fuzziness of this video. It's getting kind of dark here, and I don't have any lights on. And secondly, sorry for I don't know what to start with this. It's just so crazy. I'd like to mention a little shout out and a lighter note to Danny for Dexter. I actually met her over chat roulette, which is really hilarious. I was doing a thing for YouTube at the time. I'm sure I have it somewhere on my laptop to upload eventually. But she's actually the only normal person who wasn't a naked middle-aged man. So this is a shout out for her. She's got some really great abilities when it comes to drawing and art. So definitely ask her about it. And I'll put a link for her here. And I did notice in my other video, I didn't actually put the links in, so I look like a dipshit because I was going, I'll put a link here. And then I forgot to type anything. So that was very, very embarrassing. But as you could tell by the video, very, very tired. I think I'd be able to address this subject a lot better if I had more specific questions. So if you have any, feel free to formspring me, formspring.me/m696. Or of course, you know what to do on YouTube, comment, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. Oh, and I actually have a little thing which I want to do. The best comment from this video, doesn't necessarily have to be amusing, will win a Superman badge and a special note from me. I'm not famous, but I have Superman badges to give away, and yeah. That's all I have to say on this topic. And if you haven't already, go check it out, because it's good, and it's amusing. And she deserves way more subscribers and views and everything in my videos. So go. Run. Do it now. Why are you still here? Go. Click on it. Go on. Shoo. No, run out, Scouts.